Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour and give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live your picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. So let's meet the cappers, and we'll get right to the picks so we don't mess around here on the drive-thru. Let's say hello to Matt. Matt, what's happening?
Hey, Tony. How you doing, buddy? Looking forward to some baseball tonight. Looking forward to the Masters starting tomorrow. I'll be talking about that a little later in the show. And just sweating out some afternoon baseball right now.
Very good. Yeah. Nice what's done. I had the over in the Dodgers Nationals 5-5. So I've got that home already.
It was a good first inning for you.
Yeah, it's a good series. I had it over every game. That's where it's come
nice.
in.
There you go.
I don't know, Joey, what's going on?
What's going on, Tony? A little pissed off that I actually thought Justin Verlander would actually do something. Guy needs to retire already, but outside of that, I'm doing all right. Can't complain.
All right, very good. And Rod, what's happening?
I can't trust. Don't trust Verlander. Telling you, don't do it. He definitely fell for the bait on that one. Don't do it. He's good for one in a few, right? He might get one good start and 1 and 4, I would say, down the stretch. He's there hanging out, teaching the young guys some stuff. I'm glad I stayed away from the under in that one today. It was like, because they hadn't been scoring a whole lot in that series, and they did there.
Man, that's exactly what I was on, was the under. And I even said I was just going to go over. I was like, just going to go over. Just happened early, because I'd hate like a bottom of the ninth, bases loaded walk, and it was a 6-2 final because of that. But they blew it out of the floodgate, so we're safe. We're good.
Yeah, one of those ones, and no doubter kicks you butt early, and you're like, oh, I lost that one. I tried, and it just didn't happen. One of those things. I was on Detroit this morning, so I take the L with that one. The Yankees did all they could to try to almost give it up late. So in the ninth, so close. It was that close to get Detroit across with the sweep. I was aware of the Dodgers. I had to take a shot. My free play was the Marlins, though. Man, I should have put that in. Knew it. Get out day. Marlins on get out day. Watch out. Remember this. Marlins on get out day are usually pretty good.
Giants have come all the way back to tie the game. They were down, 6-1?
6-1, yeah.
Yeah, they come in here with a 6-6 now. They hit a home run bottom of the 8th, so they caught the Reds now. Reds up 6-1, and then 4 in the bottom of the 6-1 here, bottom of the 8th. Giants have tied it at 6-6. So these Giants, they're cardiac kids. They had 2 rough games, but bouncing back here in this one. Instead of Wayne, what's going on?
What's happening, fellas? Coming off a decent day on a little early baseball myself. Got the win with the Rangers. Got a little greedy with New York. Trying to go for the run line, so they scratched it out. But didn't get the run line for me, letting the Tigers claw back in there.
Yeah, that's right. They did. They sure did. All right, let's get to the games here, guys. We'll start here with this block from the NBA tonight. We got, let's get to the card here. Let's take a look at it. I believe it was a 10-game card here. 3 blocks tonight from the NBA for you guys. So let's go ahead and let's get the games up right now here for you. We'll get the odds screen ready to roll here. We've got 5 on the board tonight, so let's get it rolling here. What are we doing here? Here we go. 5 tonight. We get started here. NBA Sixers and Wizards here. We got the Sixers now up to 2.5. This was won overnight, so this one is in Sixer money coming in. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't get it. If money went either way, I'd ask the same question. 2.5 total, 225. Celtics and Magic. The Magic is ballooned here to 7.5. Total 207. Celtics locked in that 2 seed, going nowhere. Magic trying to play for home court in that 7-8 game. Hornets and Raptors. Raptors up to 11 now. Total 218.5. That one's moved again. I asked the question, why? All right, let's take a look here. Boston and Orlando here. As expected, Boston's sitting a ton of guys here. Holiday, Horford, Porzingis, Tatum, White. With Cleveland winning yesterday, Boston is locked in the number 2 seed. Brown is questionable here, there for Boston. On the Orlando side, well, you know what? They've got a clean injury report trying to get that home court in that 7 versus 8. Matter of fact, their magic number is 1 because they have the tiebreaker Orlando. So a Magic win, and then they will have nothing to play for. So keep an eye just for knowledge there. Philly and Washington, Drummond, Lowry, Oubre, Ubaselli out. Edwards questionable. On the Washington side, we got Bay, Brogdon, Coulibaly, Gill, Holmes, Middleton, Poole are out there. And then what do we got? We got Charlotte and Toronto. Here we've got Bridges, Green, Okogie, Williams out for Charlotte. Diabate questionable. Ba is probable on the Toronto side. Agbaji, Ingram, Sheed, Walter out. Barnes and Podol here are questionable, so you're caught up in this first block of 3. We get this one underway here with Joey.
Yeah, so I'm honestly going to take the Wizards here with the points. I know, call me crazy, but I don't think the Sixers should be favored whatsoever. They've lost 12 straight. They're 6-22 against the spread as a favorite this season, and the Wizards are 6-5 against the spread as a home dog of 6 or less. I don't know. This game's going to suck, but I just don't think the Sixers should be favored in any capacity. Give me the Wizards with the points.
Yeah, from Joey. All right, next up we move right on over to Wayne.
Yeah, give me the over in the Magic Boston game. I know Boston called off the horses in that one and sitting a bunch of guys, but I still think they have the 3-point shooting and depth off the bench to score at least 100 on the Magic, and Magic play better offense at home. Just a very low total at the 207. It's not going to take much to get over that. I'm going to take the over 207.
Hauser, Pritchard, Cornette, Shearman, of course, Brown questionable there. Your bench guys will be Peterson, Ketta, and Craig. Maybe a little Davis in there. So that's what it looks like here for Boston tonight there against a full squad from Orlando. All right, next up we move on over to we had Joey, Ron, and we move on over to Ron.
Yeah, looking at these ones, I agree with Joey. Give me the Wizards here on the money line. I don't trust the 76ers. Laying 3 here on the road. 76ers all season long. They just play down to their opponents versus the terrible teams that getting outscored by their opponents by 6+. Well, they're 1-10 ATSR, these 76ers this year. So give me the Wizards on the money line to beat the 76ers there. And then the other one I'm looking at is give me the under between Charlotte and the Raptors. Who would like just ticked up to 11 as I started talking about it. I ain't like 11 with the Raptors. Can't do that. But give me the under 218.5 there in that one. Low scoring one, first to 100. You know, Charlotte's offense is definitely not the greatest, and they'll struggle to score 100. So give me the under 218.5 there, Charlotte and Toronto.
I'm just amazed by the betting markets, how much alignment we have in these meaningless games. I mean, it just tells you how much people want to bet these games. I mean, we got 2 degenerate games that have moved significant points here, which is just startling here. So move on over to Matt.
All right, then. Call me degenerate. I'm taking Toronto, minus 11. This is the last home game for Toronto. I think, nothing means anything, obviously, but, last home game could mean something for them. And this season, Toronto is 10-1 against the number when playing against teams outscored by 6 points or more. Obviously, Charlotte's playing for the lottery, the top 3 spots in the lottery. So their big game was their last game against Memphis, their last home game, and they got blown up by 24. So they're done. I like Toronto to get it done their last home game here. And I'm going to make it a trifecta with Rod and Joey with Washington. Philly should not be laying anything on the road. And a slight lean to Orlando with the situation that they're in. Boston obviously is playing with nobody tonight. They're playing 4-0. Orlando still has a lot on the line, but the line's steaming up a little bit, so I don't love it as much, but I would lean Orlando on that one.
Here from Matt, tell you what I think. One I look at here was the under in Charlotte-Toronto. Charlotte has just been terrible shooting team. Matter of fact, Charlotte on the road here, 10-4 to the under overall in back-to-back games, shooting poorly from 3 over their past 5. And against these bad teams that get outscored by 3 points or greater, Toronto 8-4 to the under at home. So I like the under in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we continue here with the next block of games here from the NBA, and they will be Lakers and Mavericks. Look at the Lakers. They have steamed up to 5 now. We saw 3.5 this morning. Then just kicked up to 5. 5 here, total 228. Lakers playing for seeding. Mavericks just trying to catch Sacramento for that 9 versus 10 game for home court. Mavericks still match number 1 to make the play-in round. We've seen the money line just move right now as we spoke. We've got also Heat Bulls, a big game here. This could decide the home team in the 9-10, but the winner here has a shot at catching Atlanta for the 8. Here we got Heat 2, total 227.5. Trailblazers and Jazz, another degenerate special here. As Blazers 7 on the road, total 230. We get this one started here with Joey.
Sorry, I couldn't find my unmute button there for a second. I'm going to lay with the Lakers here. Dallas has failed to cover in 4 straight. They have just 1 win their last 4. The Lakers are coming off back-to-back games against OKC. I honestly like this spot for them. They've covered 4 of their last 6. They're shooting the ball well. I think Luka makes a statement tonight. Give me the Lakers laying the points.
There from Joey. All right, next up we move right on over to Wayne, if you're available, Wayne. Well, looks like we lost Wayne's screen. So next up we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, give me the over in the Lakers and Dallas game tonight. Just Lakers, you look what they've been doing, rolling along. Third game in fourth night as well for the Lakers to do that. We're 30-9 to the over. The Lakers also versus these poor pressure defenses that don't turn the ball over a whole lot and don't force any turnovers. Well, they're 10-0 to the over this season. So both these squads are going to score plenty enough points to get us the over. Really, the only spot I like in this spot. Give me the over. We'll lean to Dallas plus the points as well. But I think we get a track meet. No defense played there in that one.
All right, from Rod, back to Wayne.
Yeah, my bad. Trying to unhit that mute button here. Too many buttons. I'm on the opposite side of Tron. Give me the Mavericks. Just the points going up too much in the game, and I think the Mavericks actually have a good chance to win this one outright. Definitely, I'm going to see a competitive game from both sides, considering the trade situation. But this Mavericks team, they still have a lot. I know they traded their star piece in Luka, but still, with plenty of guys that come and contribute against the Lakers team, who's been up and down, had some offensive explosion, but still questionable on the defensive side. So anytime you're questionable on that side, it's an opportunity for you to lose when your shots are not falling as consistent. And I'm going to take Dallas Mavericks with the points in this spot.
There from Wayne, we move right on over to Matt.
Yeah, I have a couple premiums in this slot, so I'm going to look at Portland and Utah. I like Utah first half in this game, minus 3.5 or plus 3.5. I'm sorry. Portland coming off a win over San Antonio, but they were eliminated from playoff contention, so they are pretty much done. They have nothing to play for now. Utah, obviously, the tanky Utah team. So this is their last home game of the season, I believe. Portland still has games against the Warriors and the Lakers on deck. So, they can play spoiler. They're coming off that home win, and they had 5 road games prior to that. So this is kind of a sleepy spot for Portland. And I think Utah gets it done in the first half before their second half collapse. So give me Utah plus the points in the first half.
There from Matt here. Tell you what I think about these games here. I like the Mavericks here plus the points. If the Lakers win, I don't think it's going to be easy. I think it's going to be battle here. Again, the Mavericks are owned by casino folks. They're bean counters, so they want that home playoff game, that home play-in game. They want that gate. So I know there's motivation for Dallas to try to catch Sacramento because I think the sun is set on Phoenix, even though the magic number for Mavericks is 1. But again, it's a spot play for me. The Lakers back end of a back-to-back, third game in 4 nights. And the Mavericks have 3 nights off, 3 days of rest. That's probably some of the maximum rest advantage I've seen. A team with 3 days off facing a team on a back-to-back in a third game in 4 nights. I got to take the Dallas here with the rested spot. And, of course, the motivation based on ownership to get that home gate for that play-in game. So I like the Mavs here at that spot there. Also, give me the Heat here. I like the Heat's form. I know the Bulls have been playing well, but a lot of their wins have come against some bad teams. I just like the form that Miami's in. This is a very important game for Miami. They can host the 9-10 and a shot to catch Atlanta for that 8 seed because the winner of this game will move within 1 of Atlanta. So I like the Heat in that spot. All right, let's continue here on drive-through as we get ready here for the next series of games here from the NBA. We'll close it out here with the Final 4 on this board. And we've got here Spurs and Warriors. Warriors up to 17.5. Total 233. Nuggets and Kings. The Nuggets 4.5. Total sits here 234.5. Of course, Nuggets trying to get out of that mess with the play-in round because they losses here. They could fall into the 7-8 very easily. Kings, their motivation here is they've already clinched the play-in. Their motivation here is to try to get home court in that 9-10 game. Next up, we got Thunder and Suns. Thunder's clinched everything at home here at 7.5. Suns, a dying team here. Magic number 1 for the Mavs to kick them out of the playoffs, or play-in, I should say. Here, Thunder 7.5, total 228. And Rockets and Clippers, Clippers 10, total 217. Clippers are trying to stay out of that play-in round. Rockets have clinched the number 2 seed after the Lakers lost last night. So that's how that looks. That's how the playoffs look there. Scenarios look there in that block. In the injury report, we got Lakers and Mavs. We have Kleber out, Hayes probable For Mavericks, Hardy out, Exum questionable, Davis will be probable. In the game between the Spurs and Warriors, Sokan questionable, just post out, Peyton questionable for Golden State. On OKC Phoenix, we expected this. Thunder sitting a lot of guys here. Dort, SGA, Hartenstein, Wallace out. Mitchell, Dukas, Dieng probable. Durant, Richards out for Phoenix. The Denver and Sacramento game here. We've got Murray doubtful. LaRavia, Monk, and Murray are out for Sacramento in this game. Houston and the Clippers. Houston, nothing to play for. Sengun is out. We'd expected that with taking that shot to the head from Green in that game. Van Fleet is doubtful. Jabari Smith is now questionable. On the Clippers side, no Coffey, no Mills, no Simmons. Powell now is questionable. That's a big one there. Powell questionable. Again, this is he's dealing with right shoulder soreness there for Powell. Important game for the Clippers. We got Kawhi Leonard will be in the lineup tonight for the Clippers. He missed the first end of the back-to-back. We expect him to play that second game of the back-to-back. He will be in tonight for the Clippers. You're caught up with these four. Let's get this one underway here with Joey.
Yeah, so I'm going to lay the points with the Blazers here. They've covered 4 in a row, winning 3 of those 4 outright. They're playing really good defense. Utah, honestly, in my opinion, they suck. They're 1-17 straight up their last 18. They're 1-4 against their spread their last 6. I think this is a good spot for Portland. I think they're going to build on this, and honestly, I think they're going to do pretty good in the playoffs as well. So I'm landing with Portland here. OKC, -9.5. I'm sorry, -7. I know this number dropped down a little bit. I know they're resting a lot of people, but like you stated, Phoenix is Phoenix. They have 7 straight up losses. They're an 8 against the spread. Last 4 at home, they couldn't cover. They failed to score over 100 points in back-to-back games. I think OKC can win this one and cover it.
And there from Joey. All right, next up, we shall move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, for me in these ones, give me the under between the Rockets and the Clippers. 217.5, too many. How many points the Rockets going to be scoring tonight? Not a whole lot. Be lucky if they score 100 there in that matchup. So give me the under 217.5. And then give me the over between the Spurs and the Warriors. No defense played there. A bunch of tired legs. It'll just be heaving shots all over the place. We cruise into the 240s. Give me the over between the Spurs and the Warriors there in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, we go back over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride the Clippers here in this spot on one of these stronger home favorite teams in the NBA. Don't see much changing here, especially with the Rockets sitting players and trying to just prevent injury. Clippers do what they've done all season with the show out in front of that crowd base and go off 10 points. I like that the original spread is continuing to bump up, but 10 points is still manageable for a Clippers team that plays good basketball on both sides. They defend well, and they've been exploding on offense for the most part, especially for Powell's playing.
Yeah, from Wayne. Next up, we move right on over to Matt.
Yeah, looking at Denver, Sacramento, I like the Nuggets here coming off the first game. Since Malone got fired, I think it's a good spot for them to get a little motivation going. Still playing for the number 4 spot, and they're obviously also still alive for the number 7 or 8 spot. So it's a big game for them coming off the 4-game losing streak. I think they get it done here. San Antonio Golden State out the Spurs here, getting the big number, even though they lost by 42 in the last meeting a couple weeks ago. I think it's a sleepy spot for Golden State. I think they can just coast through this one, win it by low double digits. They have gone 0-8 this season after allowing 100 or fewer points in their last 8 home games. So tough spot for them, I think. I think they get the win, but the non-cover. And I am with Wayne on this one with the Clippers. Houston has nothing to play for, and the Clippers are on the same spot, play for the number 4 spot. If they win out, they get the 4 spot because they have all the tiebreakers. So it's a big game for them to get the win. And over the last 9 games against teams that have outscored opponents by 3 or more, they are 9-0 ATS. So I think they roll against Houston here.
There from Matt, tell you what I think about these games. Many of the games I like, the lines have moved way too much, but this one I like here is I agree here with Matt here with the Spurs. The Spurs were 15.5 overnight, now 17.5. I'll take the 17. I like the way the Spurs played last night against the Clippers. They're showing no signs of laying down. They will compete. They have a really good offensive system, although they're horrible defensively. We saw them against the Clippers last night where they were down 2 at half and expected that third quarter run from the Clippers. They did that. Clippers got that second half run, got up by double digits. Clippers got up by 15 in that final 6 minutes. We saw the Spurs claw away with three-point shooting, good spacing on the court. I see a similar situation here with the Warriors here. Remember, they're older, right? You got Butler, Curry, Green. This is a back-to-back. You got young legs going against them here. I know it's a back-to-back for both in both spots here, but what I took from that Spurs game is they're not going to lay down, and they're going to keep fighting down. That game could have gotten away last night if you watch that third quarter, because the Clippers just went on a massive run, and then of course in that fourth quarter got the lead up as high as 15. But man, the Spurs kept fighting, kept trying to get their points, ran their offense, and got it down to 5 at the end. So I like the Spurs here at that plus price. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we get ready here for Major League Baseball. We'll do it in one block. We got 5 games here left on the board tonight, so let's get right to it here. We'll start here. Just want to make sure we're not missing games here. Yep, we do have these games going off. Here we go. We got Blue Jays, Red Sox. Red Sox $1.23 total sitting here, 8.5. Then we got Rays and Angels. First place Angels are dogs again here. Rays $1.45 total of 8. Phillies and Braves. Braves $1.43 total sits at 9. Twins and Royals. We got Royals now favored $1.08 total 7.5. Brewers and Rockies. Boy, the Rockies off to another horrible April start here at home, especially here. Brewers $1.33 total sits here at 10.5. Let's get this block underway here with Joey.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2 dogs here, and one of them is definitely not the Rockies. I like the Blue Jays here on the road against the Red Sox. Toronto bats are looking pretty hot right now. They have 6 runs in back-to-back games, 22 total hits in those games. Honestly, I don't trust Hawk at the mound. He walks too many batters, and if he walks too many hitters, and if the correct batters are up for the Blue Jays, I honestly think they can make it pay there. The other one I'm looking at is the Phillies on the money line. Braves had a breakout game, but I really don't see this happening in back-to-back spots. Tijuana Walker had a great opening game, and honestly, Grant Holmes, he's an Oakland A's product. I guess now Sacramento or Las Vegas A's product, who knows? But either way, I don't trust them. Give me the Phillies here.
And there from Joey. Next up, we move right on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm going to take my man Tony Brown's quote. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We're going to continue to ride with the Angels in this spot. With Kikuchi on the mound, typically starts the season off pretty good, and then later on towards the season kind of breaks down a little bit and a little underperformed. But I like him in this spot, especially the way the Angels have been playing. Ray's bat's a little slow right now. Not a big fan of Puyat. I'm messing my guy's name, but Pepio. Not a huge fan of his. Definitely been on some winning and losing sides of his, but for the most part, has my stomach curling when he's on that mound. So I'm gonna take my shot with the Angels.
All right, there from Wayne. And next up, we move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, for me, looking at these ones, give me the over between Toronto and Boston. Look at Gowan for the Blue Jays here in this one. And his start, he's more than about a 4 ERA. But you look what Guzman's done over the last 2 seasons versus divisional opponents. Well, he's 11-1 to that over. So give me the over there between Toronto and Boston. Houck ain't no prize chicken. He'll give up some runs too. Definitely plenty of guys on the Toronto side of things that love to hit in Fenway. So give me the over 8.5 there in that matchup.
All right, there from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Matt.
Yeah, I agree with Rod with the over Toronto-Boston game. As Toronto scored 6 in the last 2 games, but all season they've got nothing from Vlad, Bichette, or Santander. 0 home runs, 11 RBIs on the season for those 3 combined. I don't like to play the do factor, but these guys are ready for a bust-out game, and this could be it against Houck, who has been pretty average. And so is Gaussman. He's coming off a game where he didn't strike anybody out, which is very unlike him. So something's not clicking with him right now. I think Boston can put a few on the board. And I think Toronto really has a good offensive game plan. So I look at the over there. I also like the over in Philly, Atlanta. Went over last night, with 2 of the elite pitchers on the hill. Tonight we have Tawan Walker, who is coming off a great game, but those against Colorado. So it's no real accomplishment there. And, Holmes is Holmes. He's just a middle-of-the-road pitcher. I think we see some runs tonight in this game. And also have a lean with KC. Lugo has gone off to another good start. Had a great year last year, I believe a 3.00 ERA. Pitching well again, and the Minnesota offense, bottom 3 in the league and pretty much everything across the board. So I think Kansas City gets it done again against the Twins.
There from Matt, we have a walk-off for the Giants. A 2-run homer to cover the run line. 8-6, final and 10 there. San Francisco gets the win. That one. All right, I'll tell you what I like here about this one here. I agree here with LA here at the plus price. LA's playing well. They're hitting the ball. They're getting home runs. They've built it with past 5 games, 11 homers. Tampa Bay did struggle against their only lefty they faced. Look at the Angels in that spot. You're giving me plus with Philly. I'll take it here. Braves home facing right-handed starters past 2+ seasons have lost 16.5 units. Give me Phillies there in that one. The Braves hitting just 189 against righties. I got to continue with the Royals here. Royals here at home against these bad offensive teams. 39-19 at home against AL teams that average 4.4 runs per game or fewer the past 2+ seasons. Give me the Royals in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we switch on over to the ice for tonight. The National Hockey League. We'll do it in one block with this 5-game card, so let's get to it right now. So we switch on over to the odds screen. We'll have Leafs and Lightning here. We got the Lightning $1.90, total sits at 6. Flyers and Rangers. The Rangers $1.90, total of 6. Wild and Sharks. The Wild $3.22 here, total 5.5. Flames and Ducks. The Flames $1.52, total of 6. Blues and Oilers. We got $1.06 on both sides, total 5.5. We get this one underway here with Joey.
Yeah, I have 2 here. I like the Blues on the money line. If this is the time to beat the Oilers, this is it. They're without Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. Blues are still surging, in my opinion. They're 7th in the standings. They can definitely get another win here. Binnington's been phenomenal for St. Louis when he's played. He has 7 straight wins when he's a starter for St. Louis, so I like the Blues on the money line there. Then I like the Flames on the road against Anaheim Ducks. Flames are still playing for something here, unlike Anaheim. They can still get an 8 seed. Dustin Wolf has been sensational right now. He had a 4-1 win against Anaheim last Thursday at home. There's no reason why he can't repeat that tonight on the road. So give me the Flames on the money line.
There here from Joey. Next up, we go over to Wayne.
Nothing tonight on hockey.
No ice from Wayne. Up to Rock.
Yeah, for me, I agree with Joey. Give me Calgary Flames. I'll take Calgary on the puck line. Why? Because Ville Husso is going to make a start for the Ducks on that one. He hasn't played since a long time, and he's ass. Absolutely ass. There's a reason why Detroit got rid of him, and they moved him along. And he's just been shuffled along. He's been the guy that's been left out. So I think the Ducks are like, hey, let's give him a shot. Shot most of the season, so let's see what he can do now to see whether he has a job here next year or not. So I don't know. I still think he's ass. I think Calgary works him there in that one. I'll take Calgary on the puck line on a nice plus price. And then another one, I'm going to take the draw in the 60-minute draw between St. Louis and Edmonton. Yeah, as Joey alluded to, yes, Binnington has been playing good. He loves to get up for these games. And the Blues saved him for this spot against the Oilers because they started home for versus the Jets in that last matchup, and they saved Binnington for this spot. And I like the card here, getting the start for the Oilers. He's been good. And when he gets a start, for some reason, the guys that are left on the Oilers squad play some defensive hockey. I got this 2-2 heading to overtime. And then coin flip, maybe the Blues get it in overtime. But either way, we get a 60-minute draw there in that matchup.
There from Rod. Next up, we move right on over to Matt. No ice for Matt.
No hockey for me, Tony.
No hockey for Matt. All right, we got you through the hockey now. Now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment where our cappers can give out a parlay. They can give out a game of the future, peripheral sport. They make the call here in this segment. We'll get it underway here with Joey.
Yo, I got 2 Masters plays for you guys for tomorrow. Will Zalatoris top 20 and Patrick Cantlay top 10.
From Joey, next up we move on over to Wayne.
Yeah, I'm continue to give this one out. I like for Ennis and Stagnosis to go under. Fight not to go the distance at plus 125. Also sprinkle a little bit on Ennis for the knockout for plus money as well.
There from Wayne. Next up we move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, the first one I like here, we're going to take the Calgary Flames on the puck line. And then take the under in Milwaukee and Colorado. And then take the over in the Lakers and Dallas. Little mixed sport triple for you tonight.
There you go from Rod. Up next we have Matt.
Yep, looking at the Masters for this weekend. The one chalk I do like, I'm obviously fading Rory and Scotty. There's no value there. So the one chalk I like in the top portion is Morikawa, 18-1 to win, top 5, top 10. Looking down the line, I like Fleetwood, even though he's never won on U.S. soil. Another good ball striker, which is a ball striker's course. So we want to look at that metric first and foremost. I like him at 40-1, win, top 5, top 10, along with Shane Lowry at 45-1. Russell Henley, who was kind of in the shadows. He's number 7 in the world, and yet he's 55-1. He's playing great. And looking at 2 flyers here with Robbie McIntyre 60-1, and I'm with Joe 8 with Will Zalatoris at 65-1. Zalatoris made 3 starts in the Masters: T6, runner-up, and T9. He could be in for a big payday come Sunday.
And there from Matt, tell you what I like here. I like the Spurs plus the points with the Angels and the Phillies, who are my 3-teamer. All right, we got you to the Parlay peripheral segment. Let's see what the cappers have for sale over at Pick Dogs. We're heading into that week of action here from NBA. Action on the ice as well as Major League Baseball. So we'll take a look and see what Wayne's got going over at Pick Dog Premium for tonight's action. Wayne's put together fantastic numbers over the past 30 days. What do you got for sale, Wayne?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier in the show, split early baseball, but was in it for a profit still. Because I took the Yankees run line, which is only minus 100, and ended up getting plus 40 on the Rangers. So started off a nice little profit. I do have one more play, but that'll be for long term. It's not for sale individually. That's why we tell you guys to get long term so you can get additional plays and get the plays when they drop. As for what I do have for sale left, I have my NBA play of the day. I also have a 3-pack, as I do have 3 plays in the NBA, and they're all for sale over there on the site. Pay me up one of these top handicappers and continue to get some money this week.
You're good. Get on board. Wayne over at Pick Dogs. Just remember, your promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Let's see what Matt's got going over at Pick Dogs. Matt, what you got for sale?
Yeah, got a couple baseball games left for tonight. Divisional game of the month going in a few minutes, actually. First pitch at 6:45, I believe. And Sweet Spot going later on tonight, as well as a double play in the NBA. So get on board. And as Tony just mentioned, use that promo code PICK to get 15% off. Or go long term and hook up with one of these other great cappers at the site and win some money throughout the summer.
Good. Get on board with Matt over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll see what Joey's got going over at Pick Dogs Premium. Joey, what you got for sale?
Yeah, I have just one more MLB play up for tonight. I pushed on that Tigers-Yankees total, and then, like I said earlier, Giants on their loss as well. But yeah, I got one more play for tonight. Use the code PICK for 15% off.
Very good. But with Joey over at Pick Dogs Premium, I've got best bet remaining here on the board right now for me over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs. I've won 8 straight $19 premium best bets. So looking for 9th in a row. My over hit already hit with my 3-pack with the Dodgers Nationals over 9. That series gone over all 3 games. And get on board with me. You can match up with your favorite capper with the multi-cap promotion. So match up with your favorite capper and get signed up. My best bet on the board right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board with that. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Guys, we're with you here Monday through Friday here at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, set those notifications. Be live with us when the plays come in. Of course, we've got a YouTube channel, lots of content. We'll let you know about that in a second with Joey. Joey, you've got that NASCAR feature for us.
Oh, yeah. This weekend we're heading to Bristol. Last weekend had a great race. Cashed on Denny Hamlin to win at plus 650. Hoping to give you guys another winner this week. Like and subscribe, and you'll be notified as soon as it drops tomorrow night.
Yeah, good. Of course, when we got you on the drive-thru, and of course, you keep an eye on the boxing world.
Yeah, bigger fight as far as contenders goes. 147 is known to be a stacked division. Kind of died down once the Crawford and Spence fight happened, but 2 high-held names, Stagnosis and Ennis will be fighting this week. And as I stated in the peripheral section, I like for that fight to not go the distance. I do expect a knockout in that one.
Good there from Wayne. Of course, Rod, pretty much a regular here on the drive-thru, and we also catch you on our weekend show.
Yeah, pretty much regular here on the drive-thru Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the Sunday show on the weekends. So definitely tune in, get some more winners.
Tune in, get those winners. All right, that's going to do for this edition of the drive-thru. We're back again tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune into that. Anybody have anything to say before we close it out?
I'm going to take Rory to finish off it. I think he does it this week. Everybody's fading his butt, so I'll take Rory to get the job done and finally finish the Grand Slam of golf. this
There you
weekend.
go. There you go. There from Rod.
I'm with you, Rod. Go Rory.
There you go.
Go Rory. I think he finally finishes it off. He's happy. He's with his family. His kids are here. He looked real good in that par 3. He's finally in the zone where he really doesn't give a shit. So he's kind of in that zone where he really doesn't give a fuck. So he's kind of like he's at the point where he doesn't care. So the pressure has always been on him year after year after year after year, and he's at the point where he's coming in smooth as looking. I think he rolls and gets the win there.
Yep, it pays good. Not to he can give me second place money anytime.
Plus 650, yeah, right. Plus 650.
The way they make the kind of money they make.
I'll take 10th place money, Tony. Regular 10th place money on the PGA. You'll be cruising right along and be quite happy. Actually, I think even like you see the last place money here, you make the tour, you're pretty much making some good. They don't hand out the big paychecks like they used to, like they showed in Happy Gilmore type of thing. They don't do that so much anymore. But
yeah, hard to feel sorry for the
definitely you're still catching a nice bag to be on the tour. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No doubt, it's like a Kentucky Derby every week with that purse. There
Yeah.
you go. And, that's going to do it here on the drive-thru. We're back again tomorrow. Goodbye, guys. You guys.